It is fairly evident that most of our people have not been trained to think long term. Their mindsets have been trained to think short term. So I'll give an example. A boy says, I want to get this really cool shoes. And if you ask him for what? And he'll say, so I can be cool. And then cool for what? He'd be like, okay, so I can get girls. Girls for what? He has not thought through the thought process of what you're asking him, so he gets frustrated with you. Most women will say, I want to get the bag. The bag for what? Well, so I can be a boss chick. To do what? Because in my thought, in my questioning, I'm trying to get to why you're doing what you're doing. We're finding a lot of women are ending up older without children, and they don't have anybody to take care of them because they did not think about the long term process. With the men, I want to be a high value man, so I can do what? So I can leave United States and find wives. Okay, then when you get that process in place, have you thought about what it means for you when you got children? What it means to have mixed children who don't resonate with you the way you think? We don't think long term. And the reason why I'm able to speak on this, and I've been upfront about this, is because I have a mixed child, and the child tries to identify with, and it's going to lean towards, child support and all these things that we get put on. It's going to lean towards whatever culture is most dominant in that child's life. Maybe later on, my child's only young, but I believe that the things that are manifesting with it, Passport Bros, and I'm not trying to knock it because I support. I'm just trying to put as much um, forethought in there than could possibly basically be missed because I understand. I'm somebody who's traveled and lived with different cultures. I've lived with Vietnamese, Filipino, Korean, Japanese. Okay, and being African background, excuse me. So being African background, so I understand so much about this different culture. I have Taiwanese friends, not just like for a day, but the type of people like I've engaged with. So our people do have this lack of forethought. The passport says, "Oh, we're gonna compete against the brothers. We're gonna go and do what? And get ourselves some men and do what?" When you follow that question, why am I doing it? What will be the end game? And then while I'm doing that very thing, time is going by. I will eventually be aged. What's my motivation for doing that thing? Am I doing it to piss somebody off? Am I doing it to prove that I still got market? Just keep in mind that as you're doing these things, time is going by. So you're gonna age. You find yourself doing the thing that you were doing, and then you get to doing it halfway 5 years in, you're like, why was I doing that again? You know? I'm a great believer. I've always believed in having a child that looked like me, but sisters never gave me a chance. I was more intellectual, so it just so happens that we got into a situation, marriage to be specific, with a Caucasian person. But that didn't work out. My point is that when it's funny because I've always held these views of what it is and what it isn't, but sometimes circumstances will overpower you, and not an excuse, but it's better I speak on it in an open sense. But does not excuse the point I'm saying. Why? Like because I have that experience. I'm like, okay, I love the Passport Bros, and everything else. But will the child be accepted in that community? Will they be accepted? Or will they be profiled? You'd be like, not. Well, in the United States, they're not. So, fair enough. As long as you allow for the different steps of thought to go through into your decision. I know men would do that. But I think that our people are very disillusioned with the outcomes. And I'm speaking at this angle from the point of at some point you won't be where you're at now.